Ladies and gentlemen, these were the best players from fantasy football in Week 9, and I am here to tell you about them. Starting off at quarterback with Caleb Williams. He dropped a 40-piece against the Cincinnati Bengals in a 47-42 win. He threw for 280 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns. This bear beat the stripes off the Bengals. Next up at running back, I have Christian McCaffrey. After his terrible week last week, he regained his #1 spot. Christian McSexy said, "Hold on a second, I'm still the best running back in the league." He dropped 37 points on the Giants and said, "You guys are too small for me." At the second running back spot, I have Rico Dowdle. Rico Downtown just dropped 31 points on arguably the best run defense in the league. He's a backup option, yet he dropped 141 points and 2 touchdowns. He said, "Hey, cheesehead." At the first wide receiver position, I have Drake London. The only famous Drake that hasn't gone to jail. Got 118 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. And the Falcons still somehow lost to the Patriots. And the Falcons put up 23 points, which quite literally means that he's the only person that scored in that game. At the second wide receiver position, I have T. Higgins. One of my personal favorite wide receivers in the league. He's on my team. Hit 121 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in one of the greatest games I have ever watched. Just one fucking stop! Not only is his first name just the pronunciation of the 20th letter in the alphabet, he also had one of the greatest catches I have ever seen. Hopefully they can win some games at some point. At the tight end position, I have Broccoli Bowers. Brock Bowers put up 40 points behind 133 yards of reception and 3 total touchdowns. Kodak Black's favorite tight end was basically unstoppable, and yet the Raiders still managed to lose. No wonder he looks like that in his picture. At the flex position, I also have a tight end. I have Colston Loveland. He had 118 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, one of which was the game-winning touchdown. Colston from the land of love was absolutely phenomenal, and he's just going to get better. At the kicker position, I have Kaimi Fairbairn. He scored 5 out of 6 field goals, with 41 being the longest one. And he as well was the only player to score for the Texans. The Hawaiian kicker is now the #1 kicker in the league. And at the defensive position, I have the Tennessee Titans, which I was a little bit surprised about because they allowed 27 points and lost. But they did get a pick 6, so I guess it makes sense. But don't let that change the fact that they are still the worst defense in the league. Comment below if you had any of these players.